Va bene.
Va bene.
Okay, so we are recording,
Nice.
and usually I do a check
Cool.
before we start. We go 5, 6, 7, 8, and we do check. Do you want to do it with
Check.
me? Yes. So it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it worked because I have to sync the cameras, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
of course. The podcast has an opening theme, like a music that my friend created for me
Cool.
with an animation and things that starts. So
Right.
I'm gonna play the music and then we Are you
That's
ready?
amazing.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's strong, but
do it.
I love it.
SmallTalks. SmallTalks. SmallTalks.
That's the opening theme. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, I'm super happy. You have no idea how happy I am. I
Yeah,
can't
I'm happy to be here.
express with words how happy I am right now.
I loved that intro. That was an amazing intro.
Thank you. I will tell my friend who prepared the intro that it was amazing.
It's also so you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course.
We are actually in the middle of so many things here, but
Yes, we are.
thank you for taking time for doing this.
This is,
It means a lot.
Just with a friend.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
I have to
thank
be
you.
honest. And welcome to SmallTalks. You are my third, I think, guest from outside because I had Marley, I had Larkin, and now you.
Cool.
And so I'm really happy. And Shaun Evaristo, everybody, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank you so much.
Yeah, we've known each other for so long. I mean,
Yes.
the history goes back, and
We've known each other since 2009.
Right.
It's
So this
crazy.
is just a conversation with friends.
Yes,
really.
it's crazy. And we basically were having dinner yesterday, and we
Yes.
were thinking, yes, it was really good. Let's try to have a conversation in front of camera so maybe people can listen to us. Maybe you for sure will say something interesting. I don't know if I say something interesting, but I will
Yes,
try, I
come on.
promise. I will try. So, first question is, of course, I usually ask my guests to introduce themselves.
Okay.
Let's
stripping
say
from
something.
rehearsal?
Yes,
So-
let's say something. Shaun just like 5 minutes ago
Yeah.
went out from the room doing rehearsal
Yeah.
for the showcase for World of Dance Italy. And I can't thank him enough for this. And so I understand that
Yeah.
now it's like a completely different
Like
type
a-
of
That's okay.
thing.
My name is Shaun Evaristo. Just came from Los Angeles, represent Movement Lifestyle. And yeah, here to just be a part of World of Dance Italy and share energy with the community out here.
Thank you so much. And do you have any, since you have been in Italy, since 2009, and you see the scene probably growing a little bit, do you feel differences, or you haven't been enough to feel the difference? Anytime you come back to Italy, you feel differences, or?
Yeah, I mean, the major difference is just generations, right?
Mhm.
Like to come here, 2009,
Yeah.
and I've gone in periods, like maybe every couple years or something
Mhm.
like that. And just over time, not just stylistically, not just creatively, it's also, like technology, and it's also, people's mentality.
Mhm.
And I just love seeing the differences and just where it's at. Like right now, I've gotten to work with a small group of dancers I've never met before. And it's just amazing to see the talent that is here. Like the pickup, the openness, the range, whatever I asked. That also, you help choose the dancers for the project. So, it was perfect. And then we just had a last rehearsal with everybody from all the different pieces. And again, the energy, attitude, and work ethic yeah, that their talent just really shines through. You can tell. You've got amazing, wonderfully talented people here in Italy.
Yeah, I'm really happy because I think we were already saying this before also with Flaminia,
Yeah.
that people need to hear this because if sometimes if it's someone from inside the same country saying
Yeah.
this, it took for granted. So
Got
it's like,
it.
okay, he's from the same country, just
Yeah.
saying this because he's from here. But
No.
listening to something from outside, having an objective view and saying this really means a lot.
I'll say this. I travel and share and teach in different parts of the world, and to come here and see the talent from Italy, I really mean it. I can see a lot of, just passion behind the movement, not just technicality. Of course, all of that is there, but I can really see the passion shine through. What I did notice, actually, at least the group of people that I work with was a little bit shy.
Yeah.
That
I
was-
think they were a little bit afraid of you, to be honest. Because
Yeah.
you are you, and they were
No.
like, oh, no, really. They told me they were a little bit afraid at the beginning.
Okay.
They were like, oh my God, it's Shaun.
Nah.
I don't know. What do I have to say?
They were so shy.
Yeah,
I
they
was
were
asking
so-
questions and trying to figure out, just, work with them, kind of pull from them as well. So talent is high. I felt like it took a little bit of time to sort of warm up to each other. But now we've had a few days, and I just wish I had more time.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I just wish I could spend more time with them.
We will probably have time.
Yes.
I mean, I want to do this again. Like,
Yes.
it would be amazing to do it again.
And really, just I think what we're doing is beyond the piece that anyone will see. It's really like the work inside of the room that I think is the most impactful.
Planting the seed was the sentence yesterday.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I liked it a lot.
Right.
I liked it a lot.
There's something about the process versus just the product. And I think that's what I try to drive home, from the beginning as we start, how everyone feels, what we're doing this for, why, how it makes us feel, and then how does it change and shift us after it's finished. It's not just from here, it's from here, and how do we bring it into the next thing. And I think that's, to me, more important than, say, the product we share to the audience.
I think like the process, it's something that we never talk about it in a proper way. Like
Sure.
we need to talk more about the process of
Yeah.
things because most of the time people focus on the goal, on the destination, but like focusing on the process, on the paths that lead you to the destination, always makes things. I don't know if better is a way, like it's a good word to say, but for me, yes, for me it makes things
Sure.
better, more meaningful, more deep.
Right.
It rests more inside your body, inside your mind, because like if something, it's just a movement,
Right.
it's just a movement. We can do like this, and this is a movement. But if you give meaning to this movement, it completely changes and
Changes
switch the
everything.
view on
Yeah.
what you are doing.
100%. And I think that's kind of where we're at with the process of my piece. The steps are the steps, but it's really like the questions that we ask or that I'm asking them, and then they have to ask themselves. Often in my room, I'm, wanting to have them push and choose and make decisions. And instead of like, is it this or is it this? It's like, what is it? What do you want it to be? And those are some of the questions I might ask. Okay, why do you want it to be that? And why do you feel that way about that? What
They
kind
are
of,
not used to get this kind of question in the room.
I mean, the goal.
And this is
yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Yeah.
I think that's just also how I feel, right? I don't want to just throw the steps. I actually want to know what they want to do or how they feel about that. And that's just my genuine curiosity. And through that work, we then get to create the piece that's forming versus me saying, this is exactly what I want, look like this, and then you have to look like this. I like, instead, I want to see what it could be. I feel like I'm peeling something that already exists and just sort of like, oh, okay, like, you know, and then it kind of shows itself.
There was like, I don't remember which one. Probably was Michelangelo.
Yeah.
But please forgive me if I'm wrong. But it was like one of these. I think it was
something like that.
Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Or Leonardo, one of the two. And he was saying that when he was doing sculpture, he was saying, I'm not sculpturing something from the block of marble. I'm just taking out the exceeding marble and just showing what was already inside the block of marble. And
I think in this case, it's the people, you know, it's the dancers that have their own individuality, and then we get to be a collective. And then I'm kind of just letting that individuality come through while still having a framework. So I have an idea, I have the choreo, I have some potential blocking. Sure. I have you know, maybe an intro, like roughly. Okay, let's try this. Oh, here's some moves, try that. Okay, what about if we walk this way? Show it to me. And then they're like this? It's like, yeah, try it like that. I just want to try things. So in the process, I'm sure they were like really confused. And, you know, like, yeah, tell me what you want. I was like, show me what you want to do. And then I can tell you more this way or more that way. So I'm kind of like letting it reveal itself to me. And often, if I have something in my mind, like I need the sound goes up, so I want the dance to kind of expand this way. It's just up to the dancer to try to execute that, so that way I could be like, oh yes, that's what I'm looking for. Like it's like inside I know, like, yes, that's exactly what I want. Do more of that or keep it that way. Yeah.
Probably they are not used to work in this way. So most of the time they are used to do, okay, this step, then this step, and then this step. Go from left to right in eight counts, and that's it.
Right.
So probably as soon as you go, what do you think? their brain goes like, they got, I don't know, something like that probably. I don't know.
I feel like they responded well. You know, I might have been different. I don't know because I obviously am not in.
No, I'm saying in general, not in this kind of environment, but in general, probably a dancer is not used to get the choreographer ask, what do you think? Because the choreographers are not like this kind. They, most of the time, probably try to say, okay, I have this in mind, you follow me, and we will deliver, you know, the product this way.
I also think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, no,
like
for sure.
In this context, it's not for an artist. It is for a stage, but the purpose for the performance is not necessarily for the audience. It is about self-expression. So because it's about self-expression, I can just do what makes me feel right and what they feel too. And that's where we derive the choices that we make from.
I think like this kind of course, you don't have all the time this kind of opportunity to work this way.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's a little bit more. The word that comes into my mind is pure.
I don't.
Not necessarily. Just it's a subjective opinion, of course.
Sure.
But in my mind, working like this, it's a little bit more about dance and a little bit less about delivering something.
Correct. I do think that, like, I'm not here to focus on performance more than I am here to see them express a part of themselves. My goal is honesty for them. And, like, if they can share a piece of their honesty with someone, with an audience, with each other or themselves, I think we have something that was impactful, meaningful, and to me, successful, you know, because, it's so much more than just the product.
No, of course it is. And I'm super happy that it, like, comes out, that at the end, it comes out this kind of, you know, show.
Correct.
Because it, for me, is completely fit the mood that I want to give to this kind of event. So
thanks to you.
I'm super happy about this.
You chose all of us to come together. And, you didn't have to choose me. So thank you for allowing me the the opportunity
I
to
mean,
come and share.
you thanking me, but
Yeah.
I thank you, really.
But I mean, it does take all of it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is an ecosystem. I say this often, but it takes the organization, the teacher or choreographer that's piecing it together, and then the students all to buy in to the process or the ecosystem, so that way we can actually deliver something that other people can take part in or watch. Yeah.
Thank you. It's people. No, don't worry. Nothing will be recorded on microphones. They don't hear anything. I promise. And before, while you were talking, you use a word, and actually, is one of the word that if I have to do a statistics on all the episodes that I did of Small Talks, is one of the word that I use more often during the episode. The word is generation, and especially we talk about new generation dancers. And you have been, I don't know if the word is light, because in Italian we say lighthouse. You know, the lighthouse is
Yes.
the light that guides all the ships and help all the ships to do something. No? So in my opinion, of course, in my opinion, for many years, since you opened, even before, but since you opened the first movement lifestyle, like the first building, you have been a light to a lot of dancers. And of course, during the years, there were highs and there were lows, and everything is like a cycle.
Sure.
And then we had COVID, and then you open again. And how do you feel about? We know that everything changed, that people changed, that goals of dancers probably now are different than the goals of dancers before.
Yeah.
But what do you think of this kind of process since when you open, and what's the difference on what you have now with your amazing, oh my God, new movement lifestyle that I saw last year, and it's beautiful, guys. You have to go see this most beautiful studio in the world. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean, thank you for that. I feel like, well, first, yes, everybody, please come to the studio. We'd love to have your energy
Movement
there.
Lifestyle,
Yes.
Los Angeles is the best studio that I ever saw in my entire life, guys.
It's held together by passionate people. I am sort of like the spark that started it, but we have a full team that cares about dance, the community, the culture, and the creativity behind it. And without the team, none of it exists. Without people passionate about what we do and people to organize that, I think it doesn't move. And it's people that moves it all. So yeah, shout out to the team. And I think when I go to different countries, just like here, I'm not just seeing, an event with dancers. I'm also seeing the hard work behind it that you and your team put to make it happen. Even this, having helped to set up all of this and execute, it takes people, passionate people behind something that they love, that are organized enough to deliver it well and have a professional environment. So, yeah,
Generation-wise,
I guess to track it back to the question, you're talking about generation.
I know it's a really big question. I know.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
So basically, from when you started with the first movement lifestyle, in all these years, the dancers that you work with and the dancers that came to the studio, of course, changed. And you can feel the difference between the dancers that used to come to take class in the first movement lifestyle and the dancers who are coming now to take class in this movement lifestyle. And what do you think about this process? What do you think about the change? Because, of course, there are changes during the years.
It may be poignant. I think the change, what I think about the change is I love the change. And I like seeing evolution and possibility and connection. So, yeah, I absolutely love the change. I think with generations comes new things that arise and other things that are lost. So it's both. And I take it for what it is, because what exists is now. So
Yeah, of course.
I'm just doing my best to accept what it is now, appreciate what was, and then, try to either help or figure out like what's next and how to help provide and be of assistance and be a bridge from what I know and the value from what I know and how to bring that forward.
Yeah, I agree with this. Like, I really don't agree with, like, because most of the time, like, I heard people saying like, oh, you know why? Because new generation, they don't know how to do this, they don't know how to do that. They are like,
I'm learning now. I
Yeah.
just from the room and watching all of the new generation like in front of me dance. I'm like, I'm learning, and not just about talented people. I'm seeing the construction of pieces that Fla and James made. The from style to execution to camaraderie. Like also how people are talking to each other and communicating. For me, I'm absorbing all of that. I'm learning it and finding ways. I'm sure maybe not now, but in time it will recycle back to me, and I'll create something fresh or new from that.
and I think that the word adaptive is the best word, like that be stuck on something, like be stubborn about an idea or be stuck about a way to do things. I don't think it never help anyone. Like
Right.
evolving and adapting and trying to find a new way of communication. Find communication first of all, because most of the time communication is like
Sure.
the first, problem. I think that's the key
Yeah.
to keep going and to do the things the best possible in our possibilities, of course.
Correct. I also feel that, just it's in there, although we're like building a set and adapting and changing. I think all of those things that we learned in the room are also like life applicable. If we can just find the
Of
connections.
course, yeah.
That's my whole thing, movement, lifestyle, like it's all interconnected. So, and I'm going to put that on repeat. You know what I mean? Like I will drive that home because so many times I'm taking lessons from the classroom, someone's class, or making a piece, or improving or freestyling. Like all of it is so applicable to, okay, now what decisions I want to make in my life and how I want to go about that. Is it right? I don't know. I'm just doing what feels honest to me.
Yeah, and also you said something else that I always say, and I'm so happy about this because you use the word curiosity.
Yeah.
And because I always say to my students that curiosity is the key that makes the difference between you and other people. And I'm not talking about curiosity about dance. I'm
Yeah.
talking about curiosity in life.
Yes. Just
think-
being curious.
Yes, I think that's the key of doing things like in a deep, meaningful, and proper way, because curiosity, it will always push you
Correct.
to get more information, to discover something. And even if you are just reading something new, something will be stuck inside you, and you will, one day or another, you will use that thing that
That's
you
right.
learned that moment.
Well, it sounds like adaptation and curiosity, folks.
Yes.
That's the what you're driving home today, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's also tools for life, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I think the more you sort of normalize like the situations of adaptation and curiosity and put that into practice, I think the more you find to utilize for the next thing, I feel like collecting like a bag of experiences.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's like collecting things.
Yeah.
And it's like you have a bag, like a backpack, but it's infinite size.
Yeah.
So you can put inside everything, and you can use it anytime you want. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like, for me, that's the thing that I always say to people. Like,
Right.
be curious about things.
Well,
Try
I mean,
to get information.
you like your curiosities, for example, right? Like not just focusing on dance, but from dance and everything, you did in the past to bringing it forward and your curiosity here. You're taking learned knowledge and experience and then applying it in different ways, from a podcast to World of Dance to, to like how you're facilitating for the organization. I see it. It's all just this. You're the source, and it's kind of coming from you in different ways. And I don't know. I think that that's something for everybody to kind of experience for themselves, learn, and try to apply to.
And I don't know. First of all, thank you. Of course, I always in my life thought that if you are positive about something, if you spread positivity, it will spread even more, and it will come back to you also in a good way. So
Right.
always do things for. Sometimes, I mean, business-wise, it's not the best to do something like this because you're being positive is not like the best thing business-wise. But like finding a nice balance between, okay, I want to do these things because I feel that these are the right things to do, and I have to match this with the business, of course, because it is a business. So we
Right.
have to, at the end of the day or the month, we have to deal with numbers.
Yeah.
So, but still, if I think there is a way to balance these two things without pushing too much on business, or don't think about the business and pushing too much on passion. So I think there is like a balance between these two things. I don't know if it's the same for movement lifestyle, like trying to find a balance between what is right, what do you think is right, and for the dance community, and what is right for the business. So
Just like dance, with choreographing, I have to do things that are technical. I also have to do things that are free flowing, get creative, but they get specific. So the dance is the same. It's just applying it in a different practice. And yeah, within business, I make mistakes all the time, man. Like
everyone.
yeah, and I fuck up a lot, and that's just a part of the process. And then I have to go back and fix those mistakes or try to make better choices the next time around. I look at it very similar. It's just a different part of me. Obviously, dance, is more creative, but I think what I gain inside of movement lifestyle is also just, like the different energy around me, the ability to look at teachers and help facilitate, or students and what they need, to my team and how to get better at leadership. And it takes all these parts of me that has to constantly practice. So my hope is that I not just gain experience, but get better at the things across the board and balance as best as I can. I'm just a human that loves this dance thing and wants to help contribute. And my way to do that is through movement lifestyle. And
you changed like how the world perceived like dance during the last 10 years, 15 years, right? Are you aware of this, or you're?
I'm aware.
I know
that
it's a big sentence I just said.
No,
but like I promise it's true.
I think my awareness of that sentiment is that, like, my goal is to contribute to the thing that we all love. I just want to play like everybody else.
Yeah.
But there has to be a system in which I can play in, right? Like something that an ecosystem to sort of live in. And it's not the only one. I'm just a part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, no, of course,
and
yes.
for me, this way gets me and the people I'm surrounded by and the next generation or generation before me to keep playing. And I
like play also as a
I
word.
want
like,
to keep playing.
beautiful word.
Yeah. Because dance is fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, without getting cheesy, it's all a dance, So yeah, how do I keep playing this thing?
Enjoying.
Yeah, while I get older and while new generations come, and how do I pass information? All of it is interesting to me. All of it makes me curious. I still want to do it. So while I still want to do it, because I don't know 10, 15 years from now, I can't decide that now. I can only focus on what I believe in, what I feel, and I also don't know my body, right?
Yeah.
Like, still hold it with so much love and passion, and I want to see dance thrive. And it's great to see dance thrive more in this generation. You know, things that I wished for, like, I wish dance had this. Dance has it now, you know? So I wish there were jobs that did this or communities like this. And what do you know? We have it.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like repetitive or something, but it's also thanks to you that now dance have specific things. So
Thank you. I
It's-
will absorb that and appreciate that. And also pass that over because that comes from people before me. I'm just a part of the passing along. And without people before me that showed me the way to the creativity, the culture, the connection, and all of it.
it's about planting the seed, no? Like you
Right.
said, someone planted the seed in you,
Yeah.
and you try to plant seed inside.
Correct. And I try to do it in the way that feels honest to me versus the way that it being one way or has to be this way. I don't believe in one way. I believe in there are many ways to...
For sure there are many ways. Yeah, there is nothing.
And my
There
way
is
is
not
just...
right or wrong, not at all.
Yeah, and I don't know, I'm just doing my best to do it in the most authentic way possible for me.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
Yeah.
And I have a curiosity that I want to ask.
Yeah.
So basically, when I did the episode with Flaminia and Larkin, so we were talking about you, actually. So I explain you why. I asked them, and that's the question that I want to ask you, about their creative process. And it was so funny because Flaminia and Larkin, they try to imagine like a shape for their creative process. And the funny things was that the shape for Larkin was like a matrix, like everything was like inside columns and rows and stuff. And Flaminia was trying to figure out something, and she was mentioning you about this word that you said, that is the blob. I know you knew I was saying this. And so it was so fun because like I love both of them. Like artistic wise, for me they are great artists and choreographers. But it was so interesting to understand how different is their creative process for both of them. And at the end of the day, like the delivery is incredibly. It's amazing for both of them. So. I'm sorry for the long start.
It's okay.
So I was really curious to ask about your creative process. If you start, for example, someone starts from a music, someone starts from a feeling, someone starts from a color.
So I think that depends on the context of the goal in mind, right? Is it for an artist? Is it for a performance? Is it for myself? What is the focus?
Just focus on. You don't have any client. It's just you have to create something.
So I'm the client.
Yes. So where you?
So I think for me to make something for myself takes a lot of different things. But first is like it's got to come from like here, the want to make something. And these days I don't really force it. I just let time and experience. I think the more that I let life in, the more I'm able to push creativity out. And that's important. That is so important to the process. Without that, without experiences like coming here and seeing new generation or having great conversations or eating good food, seeing different parts of the city, I won't have inputs or new things or old things to pull from, right? Like all of it helps in the process. And I take note, I just walking in the city here in Rome to see the different patterns, the textures, the depth I noticed that there's so many layers between things. One building, then the next, and then the tree, and then the terrace, but then they're all in one frame. You know, you could just see it, and I was just blown away by that, and I know that that's going to come into my process somehow. You know,
Yeah.
and just to be more specific, you know, my life inputs with music, knowing that there's a music catalog, I take hours or time to find the right music, and then I wait for the moment, you know. I'll feel it. Open up the laptop or hear a song, I'm like, you know, it's like catching that thing. I don't know, it's like this, and all of a sudden, boom, I have to do it now. And I've got to squeeze as much as I can. And maybe within a 15-minute time frame or a 1 hour time frame, squeeze whatever I can from that moment. And sometimes I get something, sometimes I don't, but it's just, I feel like I'm in the studio. And the studio is me, just wherever I'm at. Like, you know, I could be here and find something. And once I caught it, okay, I caught it. I'm going to put it away for a moment. I'm going to keep that in my pocket.
Yeah, of course.
Let it simmer for a little bit, and then I can pick it back out and just start again.
It's so interesting that like I have this is my second season for SmallTalks, and this is going to be if I'm correct, the 8th episode of this season. And this kind of question about the creative process is a question that I did to many of the guests that I had, but mostly to guests with the great experience. And it's so interesting to me how similar are the answer.
I understand.
Because like I give you two examples of two people that had the guests. It's called Irma and Luca, these two Italian choreographers. One was said to me, for me, like just walking outside the park and watching two old people sitting on a bench and talking with them, or I go to see concerts and then I get creativity from seeing live music. The other guys, you know what he does? It's crazy. He saw an old man. I think the word is sewing, like when you...
Sewing.
Sewing. So, I'm sorry, sewing.
No, it's okay.
It was an old man sewing leather. And he's always been passionate about like, you know, this kind of thing. And he was like, can you teach me how to sew leather? And he was like, the old man was like, sit down. And then he learned, and now he does, you know, bags. He does stuff like backpack and all these things.
Yeah.
So when he needs creativity, when he needs something to be creative about, he needs a moment of dance. He needs something that is not related to dance.
Totally understand.
Yes, and after that, you take everything that you absorbed, and then you just And when you were saying this thing to me, I said it's so interesting how people that I really love artist-wise have similarity.
Right.
And these kind of things you discover just talking with people.
Correct.
You will never discover this in class.
I mean, you could do the same move, but what I have, what the experience that I'm bringing and sewing into the piece, it could be completely different in context. So I think that's what makes dance really powerful is, at least for me, when I have the ability to like create a movement and I can stitch a memory to that piece of movement or phrase. And so as I do the phrase, I can imagine or feel what I was feeling from that experience. Or sometimes it's the other way where I take the movement and then that movement sort of pushes the experience I can imagine. You know, it's like it can do so much. You can tie imagination to a piece of movement. Yeah. And I think that power to do that is so fun, unique, and just, it makes the process like that much better, you know, because I'm not just going 1, 2, 3, you know, it's really like, I can feel, it makes me feel something, you know.
And also, especially when these two person that I was interviewing, these two people, and they work. Sometimes they work in TV shows and concerts. And when you work for a client like a big artist or something, you may have to create so many choreography,
Oh, yeah.
and not often all the choreography go through. So they become the pieces on stage. So there are this strong period of time where you have to create so much. So my question for them was like, how can you handle like creating so much in a short time period and then having off time? And it was like, they were like, I need off time in order to create
Right.
so much like in a short period of time.
I think I don't know. I think for me, I don't have, like I'm not in the space of stage performance for TV shows. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of industry work, but that's not in the space that I'm at now. My focus is like, my expression, the learning, the teaching, and the ability to facilitate for dance with movement lifestyle. And the next generation that wants to like come into this space. So that's kind of like where my brain is at. And I guess, I don't have the pressure to make up in that environment.
No, of course it's different.
Yeah, so I have the space, all the space to just wait and let it bake, let it come to me naturally. I guess that could change in LA. Maybe when, in a moment tomorrow, I can get another job to create for something, and that's possible too. But that's just not where my focus is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, if I can, if I may, I have two last questions for you. And one thing is like something that I always ask to people, and everyone has a different answer about it. And it's, do you have any advice that you want to give to people that would like to make dance their life, or make dance something that will be like professional for a long time?
Yeah, I think, I don't know if advice is the right way. I would say that for me, I would just share some things that I have experienced that I think would have helped me when I was younger, that would help me now. And I would say for those of you that want to pursue passion and be an artist, or like step into this world of dance, I do think that understanding that if this is to be your profession, then it's really important to take a season to understand and learn not just the dance alone, but the things around it. If it's professional dance, the professional part, business, finance, take a season to learn about the back-end organization of something like World of Dance, or I think knowing the things around the creativity that help bring it forward, even stage and lighting and camera, like all of these, the curiosity that you will have to learn about things outside of the creative and more into the technical or the back end will only fortify your passion going forward. And specifically, like the more a dancer will understand about contracts or business, or how agencies, all these different things within the back end, I think it'll just make you more aware and how to kind of propel your future as a dancer. Something as simple as understanding investment and retirement. I know this sounds kind of wild, if this is your first time kind of hearing about those things, but I do think as a dancer, if you want to do it long term, taking time to learn about those things will, help you. That's it.
It's I will give you the biggest hug after this thing that you just said, because it was in my mind. I was like, okay, this looks staged, but it's not because I told you what I teach for.
Yeah.
It's like 8 years now that I teach technology for dancers.
Great.
And you just, make a list of what I usually teach to students, and hearing from you that these kind of things are really important, like the professional part of being a dancer.
Right.
So being curious about what's around dance, it's something, this kind of sentence, it's something that I say, like it's 10 years now that I start to think and work and teach technology for dancers. So thank you.
So it's available
from
now.
the bottom of my heart for saying this.
Yeah.
Because I really do think that like that part is super important, because dancer and professional dancer that's different.
So I want to share something with the company back home, and I'm from San Francisco and Daly City, and Pat Cruz is also the co-founder of the company. But within that realm, there's also Russell. Shout out to the company fam, and Russell is a leader within the team, and his ability to not just focus on the dance part of it, but his ability to help the organizational part, the leadership part, really help the structure and sustainability of what the company does now. And it's not just him too, that it's the people behind that can really help bring not just it propels the dance forward when everything around that is structurized and systemized, and it can stand on firm ground because now there's organization behind it and sustainability. And to me, company fam and Pat and Russell and Bernie and C-Rod, all the people behind company that have helped it to be where it's at right now. We're reaching our 20-year anniversary of the company, and actually this June will be our celebration for it at an event called Good Times. And it's crazy for me to think about that, but it is 20 years because of everything, right? Yes, me and Pat founded it, but through the years, all the contributions of the different choreographers, the team members, from dancer to choreographer, and then, of course, the administration and the back end, being able to have a structure so that way we can now celebrate fully our 20 years of the company. And that, to me, is a proud moment to...
First of all, congratulations for
Thank
this
you.
great achievement. And yes, of course, it's having people that work with you. They don't have to be dancer or choreographer. They have to be people that help and push the dance and will help you to do your job the best way possible. I think that's a great thing. And I think that it's something that everyone needs. Like, movement lifestyle is not about dancer and choreographer. It's also about dancer and choreographers, but it's about the staff that works there. It's about video makers. It's about like managers and accountant and administration and everything. Everyone is important. So
movement lifestyle is actually not about dance. It's about pursuing passion, right? It's about making the things that move you, right? It's really about, that's our whole phrase, like what moves you?
Yeah, exactly.
And that could be dance. For us, it's dance, but it's for you, it might be something else, or it might be that and other things. So I think it's a compass, and it guides you forward to tell you, like, all right, like, what moves me now, right? Like, because now that I've done dance for so long, does it still move me? What things can help me continue moving it, right? And I guess that's sort of like my thought between like where dancers are at right now and the organization, and just keeping that as a compass towards pursuing your passion professionally and then creatively.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything. And my we almost did 1 hour already. It's
Cool.
super quick for me. And I want to ask you, as my last question, if you have any plans for movement lifestyle for the future, you are planning to change something or
Sure.
you want to offer something like, once again, guys, you have to go see the studio and you have to go, please, it's insane.
The
And
studio exists because there's an ecosystem
Yes.
of people that believe in each other, right? Like, and that's
So-
why we are here. And if I were to share what I'm doing next,
if you want, if you
Sure.
can.
No,
If it's not a secret, like maybe you have something secret that you cannot share.
I am working on a bunch of things, but I think what's most important that I'm working on is like the things inside. You know, I used to build things like build where it can go next outside, but really I'm focusing on the sustainability piece, the leadership piece, the little nuances in between that maybe no one can see, but it makes a difference inside, because that's what it's for, right? That's how I'm gonna move it forward and make it bigger or stronger, is by focusing internally, doing the work inside. So, and of course I gotta balance it. I can't just focus on being inside all the time, I think. But that's my next move, is to continue to do the self-work within to help fortify and strengthen what already exists and help the next generation or the generations that want to continue dancing. Because, you know, we can't just talk about the next generation too. We got to talk about, you know, the generations that exist already as well. Like some of us still want to continue. Some of us want to get back into dance, right? It's not just one way. It is all the different ways.
Yeah.
And I think ML is here to be a platform for the different ways that people want to be a part of it.
It is and it will be. I know this. I know. Shaun, I have no words to say how thankful I am to you for everything you are doing during these days, for me, for Italy, for everyone. This moment, in this particular moment, especially for me, because having you here, it's something that moves me.
Yeah, no, please.
Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I have an ending theme that it's way out of what I'm doing now. It's way more fun. So I just I will play the music, and once again, thank you so much.
Before you press
Okay.
that, I have to also share. Thank you for giving me the chance to come here and share with your community here. Like, I don't take it lightly. Again, you can ask anyone in the world, but you asked me to come here, come back, and share, which means you believe in the value that I give and the passion that I have behind it. And yeah, I don't mean to get like, you know, in this direction, but I feel like it's important for me to say one day I will not be able to dance. And while I can and I have the ability and the power and the passion, I give it, you know, you providing a space for me to do that. Yeah, it means so much. So thank you.
Thank you, and I really can't wait to see everything like for Saturday and Sunday. Probably this episode will air after that, because I don't think I will have the time to edit the episode before that, because today's Thursday.
Right.
And
Congratulations to you, really, and all the performers. I know we're talking in advance here, but yeah, like it takes so much work and energy to, you know, to make this magic come alive. And, you know, it's lived so fast. It goes away quickly. And
yeah, it's true.
And I just hope everybody understands, these are moments that I think can really have meaning and impact the more we kind of soak it in and understand what we're doing here.
Yeah, this is why when you asked me about the piece, I said I just want you to do anything that you feel is right. I don't
Yeah.
want to do. I want this to be important for every single person, but also for you.
Yeah,
And
it's special.
I'm really happy because I explicitly choose not to go inside the room to see the piece before,
Okay.
because I wanted to see on stage, and I know that I saw a little bit of things. I spoiled. I self-spoiled myself something, but like I really can't wait to see everything. And I know that this episode will be on when all the videos will be already online. But I really can't wait, guys. Please go see the showcase, because I promise it's going to be amazing. And thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
For everything.
Grazie.
Thank you, Ai, for being here with Shaun. I want to say thank you to Ai also, because she is a great part of everything that is happening during this day.
She's my heart. So.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's really amazing. And so thank you to you. Thanks to Ai too. And I'm going to play the outro song.
Where do you
The blue one.
All
Yes.
right, I'm going for it.
Let's go.